So this is going to be a kind of a new thing I'm going to do for a little while, as long as I have material to do it, which is what's on my shelves. And this shelf, like many of my shelves, starts off with figures on the top, not toys, figures. Uh, and this is to keep the weight at the bottom. So it's going to be some figures and a very dusty shelf. We got the Goonies figures back there, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, One Piece, Zelda, Mario. There's a Stormtrooper back there, and Lupin the Third, and then we get down into the books. And so you can kind of see the books that I read. I got Douglas Adams, loved Douglas Adams when I was a child. H.P. Lovecraft, Neil Gaiman, the two of the three Tolkien books from his trilogy, some science and political books. Then we have Pim and Francie from Al Columbia, some economic books. Those are really fun, I guess. Let's see. Some anime and some more anime. So these books down here, Batmanga, Batman and the Justice League. These are DC had in the past uh, given out their license or allowed their license to be used by Japanese artists, and so they produced some anime versions, and they're pretty cool. I like them. A couple Street Fighter books, Golga 13, Mad Magazine. I was a huge fan of Mad Magazine, Lupin, and then we have Walton Skeezix. That's Gasoline Alley from the 1920s and 30s. Uh, then we get down here to Mad Magazine and my yearbooks from back when I was in school. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Tarzan books. Let's see, we have some foreign books here from, let's see, Jerome K. Jerome, I think that was a French book, and then I think this is another European. We have Batmanga, this is actually the same as the ones up there. It's just this came out earlier. It was by Chip Kidd, who collected this stuff and did not get complete stories, but they did complete them up in these versions here. So apparently they found more material. Batman 66, Wonder Woman, The True Amazon by Jill Thompson, a book that I didn't think was that great. Batman Damned, Street Fighter book. Piracy, this is old EC Comics. Mobius, I believe he was French, and I really enjoyed his stories. Hugo Pratt, Corto Maltese, and we have Sock Monkey by Tony Millionaire, and James Bond book. And Trump, that is actually put out by Playboy, although it's not adult material, and it was by the same people who created Mad Magazine, tried to branch out and do their own thing, and this book contains all issues, so there weren't that many. And then the bottom shelf we have Superman, Batman, a lot of stuff that I'm never going to go through unless I do like really brief. Then we have Action Comics by Grant Morrison, and then a bunch of stories from the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen series, and this isn't complete. Oh, I've got a little bit out of order there. From Hell, which is also by Alan Moore, just slipped in there in between. So we have the Nemo trilogy, we have a bunch of the League stuff. Then I get into some Superman, more recent Superman stuff, The Final Days of Superman, some Flash. Again, I'm a little out of order there. I wasn't super impressed by the Flash books, those more recent, and recent like is in probably 10 years ago. Final Crisis by Grant Morrison, which I didn't think was that great. Infinite Crisis by Jeff Johns, which I really enjoyed. Batwoman, Batman by Scott Snyder, more Scott Snyder stuff, despite the fact that I'm not really a huge Scott Snyder fan. We have Jeff Johns, who did Batman Earth 1, which I thought was brilliant. Wonder Woman Earth 1 by Grant Morrison, which I really enjoyed. Some Justice League of America. Miracle Man. I own the original. Well, not the original. The original was produced in Britain. This is by Alan Moore. And then they were reprinted in the United States, and those books are actually worth something. And then here, this is a hardbound version. Earth 2, which I thought was a very good series. By Tim, well, it's got three writers: James Johnson, Tim Taylor, and Bennett, whoever that is. Shazam by Jeff Johns, which I was not impressed with. Justice League Trinity Wars, again, not impressed. Forever Evil, it was okay. Some more Justice League stuff, and then a whole bunch of Alan Moore. We have, when he created his own imprint, was it ABC Comics or America's Best Comics? And he did a bunch of stuff. It's all brilliant. Batman Year One, that is the hardbound version, and then a couple books from Justice Society of America from probably 15 years ago. So that is the first shelf I'm going to show off, but I have a bunch more. I have collected a lot of stuff over the years. I will admit that.